Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. I'm Drew here with TrebleChin Entertainment, and it's time again, time to have fun with 5th edition. Now, you're probably wondering why exactly I'm wearing this ridiculous beard and hat. Well, the fun thing is, it's actually just both. But it has to do with what we're playing with today. Now, let's talk about the Cleric real quick. Your typical Cleric can dish out all of the best healing, can take a pretty good beating because you have some decent armor, and you can also dish out like a physical fight pretty well because you're a Cleric. You have shield, you have decent weapons, and depending on what you do, you can basically do whatever you want. But that's kind of only limited in like the cleric spell list, because what a lot of people typically do is like the life cleric to give you tons of healing that will like boost basically everybody up with one spell, and that's pretty badass. But we're not talking about badass here today. We're talking about something ridiculous. And a friend of mine, whenever he first picked up the player's handbook, he looked at it for a little bit, saw the dwarfy abilities, that you get automatic proficiency with the Warhammer, the Battle Axe, throwing hammers, and hand axes, just straight off the bat for being a dwarf, which is all well and good. And then you also have the like resistance to poison, and all of those wonderful things. But then you get to the two different sub-races. You got the Mountain Dwarf, which gives you more strength, and the ability to get medium armor, which in this case is but that strength is kind of nice. Then you also have the Hill Dwarf, which gives you that wisdom for being the Cleric, but also gives you 1 hit point per level extra. You can kind of see where he went with this one. So he decided he was going to be a light domain cleric. So he made it, and he kind of put a couple of things together and realized, this cleric can basically be an evoker at the same time of being a healer, at the same time of being a fighter. Oh dear. Thus he named him the Lazor Cleric, and we're talking about him today. So, the beginning of this, you have your cleric abilities. Let me turn to the page to it real quick. So you get your like clerical spellcasting, so you have all of the spells that you typically do anyways. Then you choose your domain, which is the light, for all of your lasery goodness and fireballs and death. At first level, you get Burning Hands and Fairy Fire. So the Burning Hands lets you kind of burn things. It's pretty good. Fairy Fire lets you illuminate those that you don't want disappearing on you. You get Light you just get an extra cantrip, so you have more choices for your first level cantrips and where to put them. But then you also get Warding Flame, which is kind of an interesting concept. Whenever you are attacked by a creature within 30 feet of you that you can see, you can use a reaction to impose disadvantage on them because you basically solar flare them. Interesting. This works for both ranged and melee. And because you're a dwarf, you can have, like, it doesn't give you martial weapons like some of the other domains do, or heavy armor. So you're still in medium armor, but that's still pretty good. Then you still got your shield. Then you can have your warhammer and dwarf it up. Dwarf it up, man. It's going to be fun. So you can do this while up in melee and decide, I don't want to be attacked. Because I think it's... you have this feature. You can do this feature the amount of times equal to your wisdom modifier and regain them after a long rest. So you're a decent cleric. You probably have like maybe 3 uses per long rest, since to basically decide that you're not going to get hit by the dragon's fury. So you've got that going for you. But then we get into the offensive side of things, to where later on down the list, you get the cleric domain spells that are like your your bread and butter wizard spells, really. Flaming Sphere, Scorching Ray at 3rd level. At 5th level, Daylight and Fireball. 7th level, you get Guardian of Faith, which is a cleric ability, I believe, anyways. And then, oh yeah, Wall of Fire. Do you see where this kind of goes? You get to be the cleric, and you can heal people, and then decide, those are a lot of enemies. Fireball, just as good as the wizard who decided to become like a straight wizard and have nothing but just fire. You have that anyways, but more and better. So the Laser Cleric can basically become the most terrifying thing anywhere. So you have the abilities of a cleric. You have the firepower of a wizard, and then you also have some pretty good survivability. Probably about like a ranger or something. Like not up to the level of fighter, but you can at least hold yourself pretty well in a fight if it's just straight whacking each other. You can further enhance this if you want with different feats, but honestly, I think this build is just perfect as it is. Because you basically can choose what you want to be. You can do anything that you want. And you're a badass in basically all of it. You want to burn something? Burn it! Burn it to the ground! You want to heal somebody? You can do that. In fact, that's what your class is built for. You can do what your class does. And if you want to go up and help the fighter, well, you go help the fighter. You can just beat the shit out of things, too. Later on, of course, you also get, like, your Channel Divinity. You can burn everything within 30 feet of you, which is nice. Well, Radiant Fire, that is, I think. No, it's Radiant damage, but you can still burn everything around you. Improved Flare. Yeah, you can make it to where your flare thing you can do for your allies, not just you, which is kind of cool, honestly. Potent spellcasting, your Sacred Flame is better. Yay. There had to be one dud. And, it's only 8th level that the dud happens. But then Corona of Light, for 1 minute, or until you dismiss it with another action, you emit bright light in a 60-foot radius, and 30 feet beyond that, well, dim light, 30 feet beyond that. Your enemies in the bright light have disadvantage on saving throws against spells that deal fire and radiant damage. So this ability lets you decide to go ham with all of your abilities. You want radiant damage? Here! They have disadvantage on it. You want to burn them to death? Here! Disadvantage on it. You want to just have fun? Play the Laser Cleric. Now, is there anything else I can talk about in this video, honestly? Everything is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, you just play the Laser Cleric and you have fun. Because you can turn over to your wizard and go, ha ha ha, I can do that too. You go all Annie Oakley on them. I honestly have nothing else to discuss in this video. Go play the Laser Cleric. Go play Disco Dwarf. You'll have fun doing it with Disco Dwarf. You can do it with any other race, but honestly, I think the Disco Dwarf has a much better ring to it than anything else. But that's up to you. This video is simply to introduce the idea of, hey, this sounds fun. Go try this or mess around with it and have your own flavor. I'm Drew here with TrebleChin Entertainment. Tell me what you thought about this video. Like, share, subscribe, all of that YouTube bullshit. Let me know what you thought about it. Give us feedback, how I can do this better. I'm still trying to figure out the structure of these videos. I'm not sure how exactly these kind of flow. Probably not well. I'm just kind of laying it all out there. So let me know in the comment section below. Just like put whatever thoughts you have in what could possibly make this better. I honestly think that this is just a beautiful, beautiful child in itself, and it doesn't really need anything done to it. It's just really fun, because I've played one, and you win. So just put your thoughts, if you have played one, tell me what you thought about it, tell me your experiences, what ridiculous nonsense incurred with it, and put whatever you want in the comment section below. Honestly, I don't care. We'll read it eventually, or probably immediately, since Davey is our actual department in that.
I'm a sad boy.
He is a sad boy. But I think that'll do it for this video. My outros really suck. I think that'll do it. So you guys go out there, burn everything, and then heal it back to life, and have fun with 5th edition.